हमें कोना कोना गंदा करना है। इनकिलाब जिंदाबाद!
This chart shows the official Instagram following of India's ruling party, the BJP, sitting at 8.7 million. And this rising bar, dwarfing it at 19.5 million, belongs to a fake political party with a cockroach for a logo. To understand the scale of this, look at the timeline on the x-axis. That massive surge past the ruling party happened in exactly 5 days. The catalyst for this sudden explosion came directly from the Supreme Court of India. During a May 2026 hearing, Chief Justice Suryakant made an offhand remark comparing the country's unemployed youth to parasites and cockroaches who attack institutions. Rather than releasing standard statements of outrage, young Indians took the insult and claimed it. Abhijit Dipke, a 30-year-old political communications strategist, went online and officially launched the Cockroach Janta Party, or CJP. The mock organization immediately put out a call to action. They invited the unemployed, the physically lazy, and the terminally online to stop hiding and unite under a single, highly sarcastic banner. Millions of young people eagerly adopted this insect identity. It forces us to ask the question, why would an entire generation choose radical self-deprecation as a political stance, and what this dark humor reveals about the country they are preparing to inherit? The CJP's mock manifesto starts with a very specific set of membership rules. To join the party, an applicant must be unemployed, physically lazy, and chronically online for at least 11 hours a day. The joke lands perfectly because it mirrors the data. India's graduate unemployment rate currently sits at 29.1%. Young adults are entering an economy where joblessness has hit its highest levels in decades. Recent scandals have only confirmed their deepest suspicions about the system. When massive paperweights forced the cancellation of the NEET, India's highly competitive medical entrance exam, it sent a clear message that studying hard no longer guarantees a fair shot. Indian universities produce more than 8 million new graduates every single year. The domestic economy simply does not create enough jobs to absorb them. The CJP's humor works because it acknowledges reality. For a generation experiencing total systemic rejection, leaning into the punchline is the only way to validate their collective anxiety. The party's formal policy demands are equally pointed. The very first item on their manifesto is an absolute ban on granting Rajya Sabha seats, powerful upper house parliamentary positions, to retired chief justices. This references immediate, real-world events. Former Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi accepted a parliamentary seat just 16 weeks after stepping down, and another former Chief Justice was appointed as a state governor. When the nation's highest judicial officers accept political appointments immediately after leaving the bench, it blurs the line between the courts and the executive branch. That revolving door damages public trust in the independence of the law. The second major demand targets severe wealth concentration. The manifesto calls for the immediate cancellation of media licenses held by billionaire industrialists like Gautam Adani and Mukesh Ambani. Young Indians frequently use the term Gauti media, which translates roughly to lapdog media, to describe corporate-owned news networks. They view these outlets as government megaphones that actively ignore the financial realities crushing everyday citizens. This is the core strategy of meme politics. In an environment where direct political dissent carries severe legal risks and the threat of arrest, hyper-irony acts as a necessary shield. The satirical manifesto is a Trojan horse. It relies on total absurdity to safely deliver a payload of highly legitimate, dangerous political anger. The state recognized the threat buried inside the joke. Within days of the movement's rapid growth, the government took legal action, forcing the CJP's official X account to be withheld in India. But the digital movement had already begun spilling into the physical world. Young volunteers began organizing public cleanup drives along heavily polluted rivers and staging street protests, all while dressed in giant cockroach costumes. This presents a striking contrast to historical Indian youth leaders. In the 1920s, revolutionaries like Bhagat Singh relied on deep, earnest ideological reading and highly structured political organization to resist the state. Today's youth are taking a different path. Exhausted by a failing economy and constant digital exposure, they rely on easily consumable algorithmic irony as their primary defense mechanism against a broken system. The Cockroach Janta party is the ultimate symptom of massive institutional fatigue. For Gen Z, irony is the safest language of resistance available. The final test is whether 19 million double taps can ever translate into actual systemic change.